Have you ever wondered what happens when you don't slow down, when you don't stop?
When the wheels keep turning and the landscape continues to change around you?
If you just keep saying yes to stuff.
Hi, I'm Justin.
I'm Kyra.
We're here in Texas trying to figure out why everybody's so proud.
Welcome to Perpetual Motion. Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was a snappy one.
Yeah.
A warrior, my story glory bound, a warrior now. Amongst the poor, the sick and shut out where my story found. I overcame every obstacle that's ever placed. The gods have promised victory will one day know my face.
This episode, we're in the Lone Star State, famed for its resilience, fortitude, and individuality.
We're going to ride all over this place and ask its citizens just what it means to be Texan and why they're so proud.
I look forward to coming back here.
To Texas?
To Texas. I mean, every time we come to Texas, something weird happens, or, you know, we end up somewhere we didn't expect. It's beautiful in Texas.
It is. There's parts of it that look like the green hills of Africa, and other parts of it that look like
the dusty asshole.
Yeah, the great dusty butthole. The Instagram famous Prada store in the middle of nowhere, which has become a little bit more
like the destination to be.
A cultural oasis in the middle of the state's southwestern landscape, Marfa has been a backdrop for movies and TV shows, weddings and graduation portraits. Home to a few friends of ours, and maybe one too many art galleries, we stopped to visit on the voyage east.
Like in the 70s, it was happening, you know, I mean, the streets were full of kids, you know, we played kick the can.
What do you think was the tipping point for what took Marfa from being just like a little...
It's an artist, it was Donald Judd, he moved here like in 78, and I met him, you know, because I went to school with his kids, Flavin and Rainer, and
that's what you're saying, yeah.
It's just a trip, you know, because to be working on art, I guess, and I'm like, making fun of him, like, that's art, dude, like, what? Little did I know, man, fuck, because that's why everybody's here. I mean, they teach us shit.
Yeah, they come out here, interns come out here.
It's like the whole town is an art gallery. I really don't know. I mean, what makes being a Texan different would be being proud, you know, like, that's just
you know, just opening doors and
little stuff like that, you know.
Watching how men are with their wives.
Yeah.
I mean, just like here, you'll meet someone.
And then they're from Texas.
If they meet a lady, they'll take their hat off. Yeah. You know, like those things.
She freaked out when I first went out. When I opened the door, she was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
You know?
Who are you? Yeah. Who are you? What do you want from me?
I don't.
Yeah. You're trying to.
Are you good? You got duct tape on you?
Yeah. I'm looking for.
What's that shovel for? No, I was actually just genuine, you know.
And then when I came here, I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm from the Bay, we a different breed.
I felt like it was both what I anticipated and also what I had hoped it wouldn't be.
Yeah, it feels like it's just one giant art installation.
The town can only get so big. I mean, even Leslie and Junie pointed out, like, Marfa can't handle this many people, and there's just not enough restaurants and bars and things to do, and it's a little outpost in the middle of, you know, the Big Bend area, southern Texas. We've got tourists, and we're the subject matter of their photographs. You guys, we got to get one of them on the bike. You guys sit on the bike. Yeah. This way. It's hot. It's hot over there.
Oh, yeah. Watch your legs.
Watch
hot.
your legs.
Poor girl's going to melt her shoe on your exhaust. Look fast.
Look fast, yeah.
Yeah. Took a long time just to find myself. I didn't know how. I got lost in the way.
It looks like the green hills of Africa.
And we just passed a pack of wild chickens, not chickens, turkeys.
Pack of wild chickens. Look out.
Look at me now.
It's a lot like riding a roller coaster. Narrow two-lane roads ebb and flow throughout the region, paralleled at times by the many waterways carved into the area. In the midst of all this are tiny forgotten towns, wonderful people, and a small family-owned motorcycle museum with a collection that could pull a grin out of even the grumpiest of motorcyclists. Lone Star Motorcycle Museum.
Oh, yeah.
And there is the lone visitor.
Not anymore.
I'm Justin. Pleasure. You own all but 3, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah? Wow, that's incredible. That's a serious collection of motorcycles.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Have at it.
Yeah.
Pants are a little tight, sorry. Oh, how do you feel?
Yeah, look at that. Cushy action.
Oh, this is amazing.
The Royal Enfield is 102 years old.
Wow.
Next is the Indian, and it's 1 year younger, and it's 101 years old. Real rare, 12 in the world, 3 in the United States. An oil tank that you pull this plunger real slow 3 times, and then you look down here at the sight glass, and it's supposed to have about that much oil in it. About 1/3 of these bikes came from Australia.
Oh.
And 2/3 were here. Those set, the Vincent 500 4-cylinder engine. It's like brand new. This is the only French bike in here. It's got a funny horn. I call it the funny horn.
Thank you very much for having us, for letting us look at everything.
Thank you very much.
Do all that.
Here we go again.
Nothing says healthy quite like malts, shakes, and super burgers.
I need you to turn away, 'cause I can't stop and I won't take it.
Austin is one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. In what could otherwise form a clash of new and old ideals, this town instead has become a melting pot. And this time through, we have a chance to meet up with Alan of Revival Cycles and our friend and bike builder, Crystal Hess. So you're Canadian,
I'm Canadian.
and you're in Texas.
I'm in Texas.
Why? How?
Okay, so dual citizenship my whole life. I have family here. I have family in California. The first guy I ended up dating here was a motorcyclist. And he was building a motorcycle that I was helping him financially with, and I was stoked on it. And I was stoked on this guy too. I didn't know he was sick, and that ended abruptly and very badly. I taught myself how to ride that summer when I was building that Hayabusa. I actually was in the parking lot YouTubing how to start a motorcycle and how to shift a motorcycle, and I did that all that summer while I was building that Hayabusa. No. The fact that I did not crash and die is very, yeah, it was very good. I realized how therapeutic motorcycles have been to me in my journey and through all the shit I've gone through. We can get vets and first responders who are suffering with PTSD and traumatic brain injury. What if we get them riding and building bikes? Like most guys don't have the opportunity to build a custom-built motorcycle, right? So Texas as a whole, I mean, it's a huge state, first of all, and I mean, the population of Canada actually fits in Texas. A lot of Texans, especially the ones that were born and raised here, feel like we need to secede from the rest of the country because we're just so awesome.
Yeah, they still believe that.
We have everything we need here.
Yeah, exactly.
We are completely, I think we are the only state that could do that and be completely self-sustained.
I can't resist, time and time again, even though you put me through this. Oh my God. You think I'm such a fool that I can't see what you do. No question, deception is mastered by a few, but now you see through my do, but I can't shake. Don't have a clue, but watch me fake, watch me take it down.
No, Texas is just happens to be where I'm from. Sorry, there are things to be proud of here, and there's things that I get nostalgic for when I leave Texas. But to me, it's just it's a good mix of laid back. I don't know. It's you know, I just got back from LA, right? I was 4 or 5 days out there, and although I enjoy my time in LA or my time in New York or overseas or whatever, when I come back, it's always just a more chill, relaxed place for me to be.
I mean, to me, it not ruined it, but just like made it just like everything else. Like what was unique about it is no longer, because now it's become.
It's like everywhere else. For me, you know, like I'm in Texas. I want it to feel a little bit like Texas. I don't want it to feel like everywhere else. You don't. I guess that's what happens when everybody browses the same Instagram accounts. Is that we all start to emulate one another. Biker parking. Okay. Rolling Thunder Roadhouse. We saw it. We had to turn around. My name's Justin. Yoda.
Yoda, hi.
It's an old FEMA truck. That's amazing.
Visualize this and shifting on your Indian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because watch, you have to see this on my bike. Come on. You could put floorboards on this couch. See, check it out.
From the accident?
Yeah. See, everyone wants to fix it, and they said, oh, it's an easy fix. You take a steel ball on a rod and just kind of heat it and bend it out. I said, but that's where I lost my leg. Yeah, it was a Texer who weaved into me, and then the second time he weaved, he plowed me, and my full skirt front fender hooked on his fender, scissoring my bike with the car with my leg in between, so he ground my leg off like a pencil and a pencil sharpener. So this is me starting over, and the biker community has just come up in aces.
Just a child, why you have to go? He shall live through me, my body takes his soul. So many people I ain't get to know, so many places I ain't get to go, and the spiritual.
He was one of the more enthusiastic motorcyclists we've met in a while.
Oh yeah, and I mean, did you get a chance to see his prosthetic leg? It's like got a vinyl wrap of like gears and knobs and valves and all kinds of like steampunk mechanical shit. It's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Seeing a teal Indian on the side of the road and then stumbling into this group of like awesome motorcyclists in the middle of hill country, that was pretty fortuitous.
You used to look down on me. Don't cry, my child.
There's nothing quite like Texas on the side.
We stopped at the Blue Bonnet Cafe in Marble Falls to get a piece of pie and ran into our friend Alicia. She's known on the internet as Moto Lady. Yeah, she's riding with us, and we're headed towards Lukenbach, Texas, which is Willie Nelson's unofficial home, if you will.
River walking, talking, western swinging, singing songs of love and yellow roses. There's nothing quite like Texas on a Saturday night. It's honky tonk in heaven underneath the lone star sky.
You can lose your blues in Mexico with their women and their wine.
Yeah, I kind of love Lukenbach, Texas. It makes me want to drop everything and move to Texas. It's got that, I don't know, it gives me the warm and fuzzies.
I can settle down and be doing just fine till I hear an old freight.
Horsehair beard koozies.
Maybe horse, maybe cow.
Could be cow, could be
goat.
Who's this guy? Polar bear?
Home and pack, and if I didn't go, I believe I'd blow my stack. I love you, baby, but you gotta understand, when the Lord made me, He made a ram gambling man. Some folks might say that
we're out here every day. We're out here every day. We're checking on, we have to check on water. With that comes all of the maintenance of keeping the roads up. There's probably 30 miles worth of roads on this ranch. For me, that's my idea of vacation. People say, oh, I want to go here, I want to go there. Where I want to go for my vacation is right when we cross that cattle guard a while ago.
Oh, they smushed it for us.
Oh, yeah.
Effectively.
Woo!
Jumping cattle guards, riding on the ranches. Just you know, just your average Monday in Texas.
Yeah, no kidding.
No big deal. We're just out here.
It's a great Monday.
A lot of times when you win a real big rodeo, they'll give you different awards. One year I was the fans' favorite cowboy. Then this is probably the biggest accomplishment I ever had as a rodeo guy, is I won the world championship in 2008. This is like the NFL or the NBA of rodeo.
Okay.
I was born and raised right here.
How far from here?
Well, the ranch is about 20 miles from here.
And you're born on the ranch?
Yeah, I was born. Well, I was born in the.
I was like, oh man.
I was born in the hospital. Yeah, I was born in the hospital here, but actually, I grew up right here in Childress. I went to school here. My family has been from this area. You know, this is we've owned the ranch. I'm a 4th generation on that ranch. The sport of rodeo. You watch the bull riding and the bareback riding and steer wrestling. Those are kind of events that evolved into rodeo. Calf roping and team roping are actually real. It's not just a sport. It's something that we really do and have done for generations and generations. So from here to where you hold it, so that's a short spoke and a long spoke. Okay, so. And the main thing about it is you want it to be balanced in your hand to where when you swing it, it doesn't figure 8. Swinging it, like I say, you got to swing. This is your first day, so we got to be able to get it slow and open. It's easy. It's real easy. Okay? So this, in fast motion, this is what it looks like. But it's still used today because no matter how far we progress in business and in medicine, there will never be a better way to treat an animal than to do it in that way. Let's learn how to swing first.
Okay.
Okay, let's see you do it on your own.
Whoa.
Go it slow and let it go smooth a circle.
We're trying to understand, why are Texans so proud? Generally, why are they so proud of Texas? Why like, what does it mean to be a Texan to you, both of you? Like, what does that mean? When you describe yourself?
I had a buddy when I was rodeoing. He's from Idaho, and we were in San Antonio, and they was asking something about the Alamo, and I went, wait just a second. You mean to tell me they don't teach you Texas history up there? So the Texas.
He was like, of course you think
that. Yeah, exactly. He's like, you are Texans. Y'all are the most arrogant humans in the world. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna help you this time.
Thank you.
Okay, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, that's all I
need. Somebody to do it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your take on being Texan?
Because we rodeoed, we traveled. Well, my son went to 23 states before he was 1. We traveled a lot, probably 250 days of the year, and a lot of it was out of the state of Texas, and there are some amazing people and places. And for me, Texas is, like what you said, a sense of community, and it's just home. I mean, it is our family, it's legacy.
It's kind of like the cowboy hat. It means something to me. It's to put this hat on. I take it with a lot of obligation, responsibility, because it's kind of what our country was founded on.
Yeah, there you go.
Blast it. There you go. There you have it.
That's awesome.
That only cost you $2,500.
I know. Hey, do you want to try or do you want to be my sheep?
Yeah. I'll be your sheep.
Sit down.
Sit. All right.
There you go. Sit down.
I got Nathan's phone. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Now there's a sheep between my legs, Nathan.
You got it.
I hear the rope. It's terrifying.
Yeah!
You have to be able to have something inside of you that's pushing you to live here and to do, you know, to do what we have to do to make it here.
These parallels that I'm noticing between, you know, between the cowboy life, if you will, and the motorcycle life. You know, you endure hardship for those moments of clarity when things are so good, you know?
Yeah.
And then you do it all over again because you're stupid and you're human and you forget.
Yep.
And then,
I mean, if we didn't forget, we would never get back on it, so.
I think our luck's about to run out here. Having grown up in Seattle, I can not only smell rain, but I can feel rain.
Yeah.
Like I get a little, like my butt gets a little tingly, you know, and I'm like, uh-oh.
It might be something else, but at least you can feel it on your skin.
Oh, wasn't it the Eurythmics, right? Like.
Yeah.
I'm like the Eurythmics with rain. Here comes the rain again.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That'd be handy here. This is good, right? This is the most fashionable rain suit I've ever owned. I should have just brought my wetsuit.
There's Kathy in a rainstorm.
Okay.
Kathy in a rainstorm. Obviously, this storm has gotten worse.
Yep.
And we've got some lightning above. We pulled over into this overpass because we were getting hit with hail that big. I don't know how it's big, and it hurt. They hurt bad enough that we all just vacated the highway to hang out here, and apparently so did everyone else with half a brain.
Our moto friends, Phil and Jane, hail from England, but after living in Dallas for more than 30 years, they consider themselves not just expats, but Texans.
No, I always joke, you know, when you ask people where they're from, if they're from the US, they say I'm from the US. If they're abroad, and if you ask if they're from Texas, they say I'm from Texas. Yeah. It's odd to me, anybody in Dallas or Houston that's from Dallas or Houston originally, they all moved here.
Are you guys ready for the best tacos? Definitely in Texas, but I think beyond.
We're here in Dallas, and my buddy Nimmy from Big D Speed Shop is letting me test ride his wild Indian Chief, this like teal and cream and gold beast. It's like 100 feet long, has a loud exhaust.
Why are people proud of being Texan?
Well, I'm not a Texan, so when you talk to a Texan, they'll have a different explanation. In Texas, you know, there were Texans before there was United States. Oh yeah, we joined the Union at some point, but we didn't give up our identity. So, you know, we're still Texans before we were Americans. So I think they take the idea of the United States being a republic, being a federation of states, as opposed to a central government. I love being a Texan, you know, moving into Texas and embracing what the state has.
is a true representation of Texas, made in America, you know, very proud. Obviously you saw how many hands actually touch these. You've heard that these people have been here for 40 years, so you know that says something about the company.
There are few things as definitively American as Stetson.
In our quest to understand the citizens of the Lone Star State, we look to John B. Stetson, whose hats catered to both the cowboy and the oil tycoon,
and is a living homage to the working man.
Yes, so the fur comes in natural, and they'll make the pelts, and then they'll throw in, like, depending on what color they've requested, they'll dye all of the bodies to be that color.
Okay. And they're all made?
Yeah, they're all made here. That's good. Tells you every different component that you will need to make this hat right here. So it starts off with the raw bodies, and then we're starting to go to first blocking. How many hands touch it is insane.
Yeah, do you have any idea? Like how many?
Yeah, from start to finish, including the Longview facility, I think we say 200 hands. So 100 people, at least. That's how you can kind of tell where the cowboy's from, is the shape of his hat, how he shapes his brim. You know, like in California, there's this style called the buckaroo style, which is like a telescope crown where it actually kind of snaps like this. West Texas cowboy is going to be very squared off, you know, with the classic cattleman's crown. Shorter brims over, you know, up in Washington and things like that, that really differentiate the cowboys. Miss Hazel's been here. Let's see, Miss Hazel, how long have you been here?
41.
Here's one of our 40 plus employees we're very grateful for. And so she does all of our high quality cleaning, finish, final inspection.
I want her to look over my hat.
Yeah.
She's seen them all. Like, why is everybody so proud of Texas?
Texas. Well, basically they're independent. I mean, they were their own country, and they're proud of that. Most of them will tell you they can still break away from the United States.
Big enough.
It's big enough, yeah. Yeah, we have our own Navy.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, had the Texas Guard. It's not the National Guard or the Reserves, it's the Texas Guard. The cowboy way, I mean, a lot of it is the cowboy way. Despite some of the folks in some of the cities, they still have roots to the cowboy way, and most of them are still proud of it.
So why is everyone so proud? Texas is a little of everything and different to every person. A rich culture, a strong heritage, a place forged on the cowboy way of things.
And whether they are born, bred, or just moved here, they're still Texan through and through. And maybe that's the heart of it all, taking pride in and appreciating the place you call home.